Yes, we have
I
Felicia
heard.
Sideways, Joe and Karen. Welcome to the Do It With Us session for the 14th of May. I feel like there's
God,
like a time warp in
how did
between
that
each of these
happen?
sessions. It comes around very,
Yeah.
very quickly. We have a
That's good.
new person in the team. Her name's Karen Thorley. Look, she's got a she's got a new hairdo.
Oh
Looking
yeah, look at
fabulous.
you. That looks terrific. Have you got dark underneath?
We we
That's my normal color, and this is my cover the grey color.
This is my normal color.
yeah, I reckon I'd be more like you, Joanne. I'm well, I'm sure you've noticed, but I'm growing to go grey. I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, I did that during
Embrace
COVID.
grey.
I was this color for about 20 years. And then my hairdresser, I couldn't get the color just before COVID. And then COVID hit. I went, perfect time to grow it out.
Well, yeah, you just get rid of it all. That's what I should have done is chopped it.
Just
But
cut it really short.
I've got too round a face at the moment for short pixie cut. Anyway.
Well, I thought that too. I thought
I
that
don't think
too,
so.
but
I don't think
decided
so
went
at
with
all.
it. So just do it.
Just do it.
I've had like your length. I've had super, super, super short black hair. I've had super, super short platinum hair. I've had it all.
Had it all, man. Oh,
Yeah, you would be very surprised if you saw some of my profile photos from way back. Anyway, since being a mother, I now have whatever goes in a mum bun.
The easiest one.
Yeah, totally. Got zero care factor when it comes to doing your hair. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. So we had a call before I hit record. Felita was talking about marketing and different channels. And so she's about to launch a YouTube channel with content in YouTube and just leveraging, I think, creating one piece of content and leveraging. And, I put my hand out. I offered her to, do a podcast or to do an interview style kind of content. I'm open for anybody who wants to create something like that and put it, throughout their means. I did one with Joanne.
We did a spontaneous one.
We did a spontaneous one, but there's nothing like taking action. And so I sent it back to Joanne and said, can you edit this and put it onto my socials by accident?
I went, sure.
I meant to send it to my VA, which I did end up sending it to the right person. And so I've had my VA splice up some of that interview to use it for all the things. So she has done that in Canva. There's some really cool stories templates. Good morning, Mari. You're very rugged up there. There's some really cool stories templates that you can place video into and then place the words and do the editing of the video before you upload it.
Yeah, right.
Which I didn't know. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I love when VAs do stuff like that because they're like
template it again. Okay, sorry.
So that's how you would do this, not in any other formatting. So yeah, I'll have a play around with that. I'm sure you'll see them on my socials when she starts to post them.
What was the template name again? Sorry.
I can
the name. I thought you said you just gave it a name just then.
Oh, it's a stories template.
Oh, stories. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Yes,
I did see. I was playing this morning on Google videos because I'm really having trouble getting my videos out of OneDrive and into anywhere that I can share easily. And Google Videos does a similar thing. They do this template up and you can add photos in and little snippet clips and creates a whole, thing.
There you go.
Better if a VA does it for you.
It quickly. Nothing happens quickly when you're on Zoom.
No. Are you using any of that while we're waiting? Are you using any of the new Canva AI stuff on it?
No.
It's been quite cool. It's quite cool.
No, but I saw that I did go to the Canva launch. And I was one of the 1,000 people that got the pre-launch access.
Yes.
But the AI code I was interested in, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
not.
I've used that. I have a number of spreadsheets. So I've got a talk next week on pricing your product, and I've used a spreadsheet. So I put the spreadsheet in and I turned it into a website. This spreadsheet into a website that you put information in, and it works out all your profit and your margins and everything. And it was the only downside I haven't been able to work out is it's got a button that says download in PDF, and I can't get that to work. And I haven't heard from Canva, but it's pretty jolly awesome.
Mm.
What it does.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I
I
think
can see
my use case for that is probably quite minimal, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's just showing me more and more how redundant my old position of yeah, my
Day to day.
old graphic designer or branding designer, like
Yeah, yeah.
it's just not relevant anymore at all.
No,
So um
this makes
yeah.
it so much easier. Yeah, cool.
Um
Looks good.
oh, we have a new one in the house. Good
Oh,
morning, Catherine.
Hello.
Everybody, this is Catherine Beecroft, another naturopath in the house. So
Hello.
Yay.
yeah, Karen Thorley, also a naturopath. Yeah, if you do you want to do a quick little intro of yourself? Nothing like putting you on the spot, Catherine.
Ah,
I'll just
all
give
right.
so these calls are what we call do it with a session. So anyone can bring to the table things that we're working on or things that we're doing. So we were just talking, Felita is going to YouTube and kind of starting to promote her business in YouTube. And so I was just showing my screen of Canva and the Canva templates that you can place videos in. So I'm not sure if everyone can see my screen, but that's what's on the screen at the moment. So you can see she's kind of put it as a story this way. I probably would have expanded it and just taken snippets of the video, but she's actually used the whole video.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm yet to play it and see what it actually says and whether she's taken snippets of the video.
I can see she has cut it because you can see it's
a nice facial expression of you
yeah,
there.
thanks very much. You're awesome.
So yeah, so that's all I was sharing there. So I'll stop sharing. And Catherine, do you want to just give yourself a 5-minute intro of who you are and how you came into this? Well, no, how you came to find me. So Catherine is was referred to me by Leanne. So Leanne Kerrison. And yeah, I'll leave it to you, Catherine.
All right. Thank you so much, Rochelle. Well, I'm excited to be here. So yeah, I'm a naturopath nutritionist. I've been working in this field for about 12 years now. I'm excited because I've created all these programs, and my issue was find the best way to get them out there. So I've got a gut program, sugar program, and obviously work with gut health, hormones, immune system. I've got all my herbs behind me, as you can see. So yes, I'm just thrilled to be on this platform because I think this is the way to do it. I have tried other methods, and as we probably all have, but I'm excited to get this happening, get the community happening. I sort of had all this before, and then life went into chaos, and now I'm sort of doing a complete circle and coming back to this type of approach that Rochelle's doing. So I'm excited, Rochelle, to learn more and to get my system up and running. I joined last week, but unfortunately I haven't really made much progress yet. So I'm on today to get excited and motivated and get going.
Get the ball rolling. Well,
Thank
yeah,
you.
you're in the company of lots of people that are doing very similar, not similar as in the same, but similar as in where you're using the same platform to achieve the same sorts of things. So Mari, just to give a quick intro, Mari is in the menopause space. So she trains or teaches fitness trainers how to create a niche kind of program around menopause. And Karen was brought to the group by Mari. And then Karen is in the process of just about to launch a brand new website and a brand new offering, which will be coaching in the wellness space. So as a naturopath and helping people with community resources, but also one-on-one. And if you want to pipe in, any of you, and give a 2 cents worth of a better explanation of what you do than I do.
Karen,
Um,
I need to rehear what's going on because this sounds like a change of direction. Coaching?
Me?
Yeah. Is it?
No, I'm just letting Rochelle talk.
No,
That's
Karen.
exactly what I'm doing. I've just launched my new website with my programs, all exactly the same. But I'm nearly got my first program on there, and nearly got my website on there as well. Because my website was hosted on WordPress and I was paying additional fees to have it on WordPress. So Rochelle and her beautiful VA are rebuilding it across in Arlotta so that I can get rid of it off WordPress.
Nice.
That's what Rochelle's talking about, which will be fabulous because I have a kind of a website in Arlotta, which is karenthorley.com, but my website is Platter for Health. So I want to bring it all into Arlotta. So then I only have one space for everything. So that's
And
really
all
cool.
the bookings weren't in Arlotta, so we've brought the bookings over into Arlotta, and we've set up the programs just so that there's a monthly
A bit all over the shop, yeah.
Yeah. And I think just in the process, it's interesting because you forget the process of building a website. I know I do it all the time, but it's just like that. It is quite a process of getting all your ducks in a row, like actually working out the content that you're putting out to the world. It's like a brochure or a flyer. It's like getting really super clear on what your offerings are so that you can really streamline the content and sell somebody into what it is that you're doing. And you've got to put that into a really thought through process. And I think when you're building sales pages or website pages, you are really thinking about how easy you can make this decision for somebody to buy the thing from you. And so if you kind of have 15 different ways that somebody can, come in your front door, it does get a bit confusing because usually when people have to make a lot of decisions, they don't make a decision and they get overwhelmed and walk away. So that was probably the biggest kind of refinement is how are people taking that first step to get into Karen's business. And I think all of you need to think about what that first step is for somebody to either find out about your programs or to find out about your offerings. Like, are they entering into a free Facebook group or a low ticket Facebook group or a low ticket community? And in the process of that, how are they making the decision to upgrade to the paid or higher ticket offering that you have?
And can I just say, like throughout my journey, I kind of always thought way back before I had a CRM that I had to build the website first. And actually for me, it's been made so much more sense to actually do the thing, work out what the journey was for my clients, and then build it as I went, rather than, I've got to get my website done and then I'll launch my business. It's like, well, for me, it was like, no, I actually have to do the thing one step at a time and then go, right, there's a landing page, there's the Facebook group, there's a mini course. Oh, what am I going to do now? Oh, okay, I'll build a bigger course, then I'll run a workshop. Like I had to do the thing. And then the website actually came at the end. So
yeah, I think if you're not
that journey in place,
if you're not clear, like as in, and you had a big shift in who your market was as well in amongst all of that, which I think when you're not super clear, I think for Karen, like she's super clear on probably, naturopathy has been a big pillar of what you've been offering since the beginning. I think what I've seen you get clearer on, and I think this is important for everyone to consider, is how easy is it for somebody to make a decision to work with you. So that process, that mental process of somebody putting their hand in to get their credit card out and pay you, is a big thing. Like, and so if you can streamline that to be an ongoing thing so that they're paying X amount per month to have access to you, that overcomes them having to put their hand into their pocket every single time that they're coming to visit you. And so it's like, yeah, I'm just going to commit to this program, which I know what it is per month. I can manage that in my budget, and I don't really need to think about that too often. So that is one element. And I think it's great for us as business owners to have that monthly reoccurring revenue. So you know what you're going to make that month at the beginning of the month. You're not having to start from scratch at the beginning of each month and mark it again and again. And I think it is a process. Like it's not something that happens overnight. I think you've got to get really familiar with what you were saying, Mari, about we shouldn't actually automate or systemize anything until we actually have done it manually over and over, and you know that works. You know that 1 + 1 = 2. If you have somebody in a group and you know that if you offer them this and then you offer them this, they go over here. And so you want to have it so that people are taking the journey manually before you then go and automate it and systemize it. And sometimes we build the automation first. Like I just did an automation which was such overkill for a retreat for Natalie, who isn't in this group. She uses Go High Level through someone else. But like the automation was amazing that we built out. And then we kind of looked back and we was like, that was probably a bit of overkill because there's only 10 people signing up to that retreat, and she probably won't run it again until next year. So I think checking yourself and going, how much work am I putting into this thing that I'm only going to use once versus something that brings me clients every single month, like a freebie funnel or a lead generation funnel, is thinking about putting our efforts when we're building stuff into the things that generate leads or generate clients. Yeah. So, does anyone want to take the mic and ask a question?
Can I just say on that, because Catherine, I'm the same. I have so much education and tools and programs, and I've been for quite a few years going, well, how the hell what do I do with this? And it's lost in my computer. Some's in Google Drive, some's in OneDrive, some's just on my desktop. Everywhere there's a heap of stuff printed out that I've done at workshops. But the hardest part has been, like Rochelle said, is getting it into a journey path for people. So my path has been like this because it's because I've thought, yeah, I'm just going to teach people on that sleep module now, or I'm just going to do that hydration module or whatever. But then why do people come to that, or why do people come to that? And it's the pathway that everyone kept harping on me about, Joe and Rochelle and Mari. And I was like, yeah, but these are my people. But I didn't have a pathway for my people, if that makes sense. And that's been the hardest. And I still think I'm a bit messy. Rochelle's probably got more an idea of my pathway than I do because that's how her brain works. Mine's more crazy.
My pathway is the same. Like it's never that. It's never that. It was like, whoop, whoop, no. Oh, okay, back, round we go. Hey, it's never like, business is never straightforward, right? It's never that exponential growth up and down. You have to go round the mulberry bush 20 times sometimes to figure it out. And I think sometimes I need a message smacked across my head about 20 times before I come down on a decision. So, but I'm a doer. Yeah. Like I have to do it, and I have to get messy, and I have to throw myself in because that's how I learn. Like
You're creative too, though. Like you come up with an idea and you implement it really quickly. I think that's
probably a problem in some ways, but the only way for me to test it is to do it and then go, ooh, that didn't work. Okay, let's backtrack. Some people are planners. They like to see it all planned out. And I think you have to work with yourself.
Yeah.
How do you get the most joy out of the process and not do it one way because somebody said you had to? Because that doesn't work for me. And I know you've told me millions of times to get the customer journey done, do the automations, do the things, but it's difficult for me to to work like that. I don't operate like that. I operate a lot from gut instinct. And if I get a feeling that I really want to do something, the only way for me to really know if it's going to work is doing it.
Well, look,
Well,
I
it's
think,
working. You've got lots of stuff done.
yeah, I think there's some mindfulness to put into that, Mari, because I think you will have more of this gradual incline if you do the boring, repetitive, like do the same thing that you know gets clients into your course continuously, then you will have that constant kind of growth that will compound, because you'll have 10 clients and 20 clients and 30 clients and 40 clients, and then you'll have this big membership that you're looking after. And I think that consistency is not in our nature as humans. We like variety, and we like a bit of spontaneity in our way in which we work, or some of us probably might not. But I think pulling on what Karen said, and also what you have, Mari, is that once you actually bring and create the space or the container in which you're pouring your content into, then you can start to build those, different customer journeys for different experiences within that container. And so you can start to then go into your Google Drives and OneDrives and whatever else, where all your content is, and think linear about, okay, I want to create a transformational journey for sleep, or a transformational journey for gut health, or a transformational journey on this, and have a specific outcome that you're teaching, or multiple outcomes, and then put that into a really easy to consume, branded as you and your program within your containers. Now, that could be its own product that brings people in because it's, trending, or it's something that people need and want and will come into your community because of that. So it could be quite niched, in the sense that it could be something on sleep, or it could be something on hormones, or it could be something on menopause that is relevant, and that brings people in for that particular thing. But then there may be other things that they then get exposed to that give them the whole experience. So what I see a lot, and I try and help people to not get into creation mode. My gorgeous little puppy dog there. Don't get into too much creation mode and going, okay, I need to create everything before I bring people in, but create a few experiences, bring people in, and then continue to create experiences and grow the community with the content. Not, set yourself a 3-month, 4-month, I've got to create and build all this stuff before I can let anybody in. You would have noticed, or may not have even noticed, that my community, I didn't have any courses in there for at least 6 months before, and I still had people coming in, and we still were doing these calls. And on these calls, I was realizing what were the key things that people needed to navigate them through. And even now, there's courses in there. A lot of people just don't do the courses. Like, that's not a big value point of what my community has. But they're there, and they're available if you do want to. And I think that's where the human element of the container becomes what you're creating is not just the resources, and not just the mini courses, and not just the stuff that's inside it, but it's the space that you're holding with the people in that community. And I did see Joanne and both Karen have a question, so fire away.
Mine was just a comment that, as you know, Rochelle, I've launched my membership. Well, not launched it, set out an expression of interest to close my Facebook group. And Karen, the reason I did that was I have years of courses, tools, resources just sitting on a computer, right? Just sitting there. I have a high ticket offer, but I've decided, after 30 years of doing this stuff, that I actually need a low ticket offer. So this is a subscription. They get me, and there's going to be a taste of all those resources that I've got to find the gold, to upsell them into her transformation once business ready, financial ready, mindset ready for that larger program. So guess what? It's normal. I have I have 200 videos on YouTube of business conversations that I could put in this platform, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to put a few things. But
And I think you have to have, warning, she's going to say it again, the customer journey mapped out. Like, you need to have it super clear on every little thing that you put into your free community. There is a stepping stone to either get onto a call to sell them into the next level, or that the wording and everything that's in it is talking to them about how they can get more support with the higher ticket one-on-one stuff. It's not that they have to have it, but you want to reach out and offer them that, because that is the journey for somebody who is I call it it's like a churning pot and you just take the cream off the top. The cream is the ones that want to work with you one-on-one. Everybody in that group is still super valuable and you're still creating amazing things with them. It's just that they're not ready to work with you one-on-one yet, and they may never be, and that's totally okay as well. But it's finding that sweet spot of helping the people that are showing up in your community, in your lower ticket or free community, to then be that person that they have a trust, they have a relationship, they know you, they know that you're the person who can help them on that journey, so that when they're ready to take that next step and they want to work with somebody, you're the person that they choose, because it's just a no-brainer. You've been there to support them in the lower ticket or the free, so why wouldn't they then want to help you on the next thing? Catherine, you're muted.
Thank you. Someone was just ringing me on Instagram. I was like, what is happening here? I've got 1,000 questions, but basically I better start with one. So obviously the customer journey, as we've just been talking about, I was about to today create, I've got a gut reset guide, and I wanted to put that out there as a free resource to then for people to click into and come into my subscriber community of the $9 a month. And I'm wondering if that's the right price. I don't think we discussed that. But obviously in your program, do I use MailChimp anymore? I just completely use our letter. It's all there now. I don't have to use MailChimp. Right, so I need to go in and just put that in there and start, and then map it out for them to jump in via that resource. Is that correct?
Yeah, so here's the strategy that I would use, and it's probably a little bit more work than most want to do for a freebie, but it's what I would encourage you to do, is to have a freebie funnel. So an opt-in, get my thing, download this free guide, get this thing instantly, quickly, that you can send to people that are kind of interested in the smallest degree to doing that particular thing. So did you say it was the gut reset?
I've called it the gut reset guide. It's about 15 pages. I've created it in the past for this very reason. It's just like everyone else has been saying, sitting in my computer. And this morning I went, I need to get that out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would create a freebie funnel that is for the gut reset guide. So they opt in, they give you your email address and your first name. Then they go to a thank you page. And I highly recommend everybody, if you haven't already, have a thank you page. That is the biggest real estate place on the internet, because people have just said, I want something from you. And this is the delivery page. So you'll have a button to download that PDF and get that thing. And then you'll have a little section that says, inside my community, I've put together a mini course that has a breakdown of some extra whatever that is. And so in the course, you would have, module 1 would be lesson 1 would be download the PDF that they might have already got off the opt-in. But anybody who ends into the community for something else can also go down this pathway. And then take 2 or 3 things out of that freebie, create a little video for each of them, and create a mini course that is you physically on video talking to them about those things,
Yeah.
because that video builds a relationship, is that first point of, wow, she knows what she's talking about. Oh my gosh, I've never thought about it that way. They're having transformations, they're having connection of growth connected to you, going, wow, that was amazing. And then invite them to have a conversation with you and go further one-on-one. If your package is low ticket to high ticket, more hands-on, then do that, and invite them into that next level. Now, they may or may not take you up on that, but they've consumed, they've had a transformation, they've had some wins, they've attached that to the video that they can see of you, which is leveraged time of you actually helping somebody, and they may or may not take that next step. But if they do, that's then your window to a sales call to sell them into your higher ticket. Now, you don't always have to do a sales call. You don't always have to have a call in that section. You could just invite them to that next level. Some of the things that I've seen done really, like if there's testing involved or there's an assessment involved, is invite them to have that assessment first. And so it's a smaller step than locking into a 12-month, $5,000 program. It's just like, oh, I can afford X amount of dollars. Like whatever that ticket price is would just be a step up from what they're currently paying in their base membership. So, a $99 or a kind of around the $100 mark, I've found is a good point, where they can get something, get a sample, get a feel, and then you can use that to build more of a strength of relationship to step them into a higher ticket.
Sorry, you just said, to upsell them to $99. That's what you're suggesting as that first.
Yeah, well, I think I definitely feel like if you have something that you can do for them that will give them awareness or give them identify that they need you, that's a good bridging point. Some thing that I've explored with Karen is like some sort of testing, some sort of like blood testing, hair analysis testing, something like that, that's actually going to identify why they need to work with you. Something that is like, in my case, I'd probably do some sort of business audit. Joe, I think, does something similar. Like, let me show you where your weaknesses are and why working with me is going to be the best solution, is ultimately what you're wanting to bridge there. I think it's not a big call for somebody to go straight to working with you one-on-one, at $500 a month. But there probably is a certain type of person that is not going to take that full step straight away. So if there is a baby step that you can offer, that may be a consideration.
Sorry, can I just ask there, would you offer them into the $9 community without doing a call, and on that community have weekly calls? Is anyone doing that?
That's what I would highly recommend, because I know it sounds crazy to do weekly calls when somebody's only paying $9, but you can have hundreds of people on those calls, and you could have hundreds of people watch those calls. They also become really, really poignant content for that target audience, because you're answering people's specific questions. So yes, in the beginning, when you've got 3 people on the call and you're making $30 for that call, like, it doesn't feel like it's high value for you, but it's really leveraged. So it is a great way to just bridge people. I mean, some people will just bypass that, not want the group, and want one-on-one straight away. But also be mindful, one-on-one is not scalable.
No.
Like it can be scaled to a degree, but it's not scalable in that you will have a cap. You will have only X amount of people that you can hold the space for at that higher ticket. So yes, it probably will be a comfortable income for you if you had people at that price. However, once you do that for a period of time, your value in your own self will shift and change as well. So yeah, just knowing that that will change. Your value of yourself will there's a cross factor. I laughed because I had a menopause moment when I was trying to explain this last time. So I have like a trauma response. Supply and demand is the cross. So when supply and demand gets to a point where there's more demand than there is supply, then the price goes up or the value goes up of the commodity. And so when you're at your capacity, you're going to go, I can't do this. And so you either increase your prices to increase your revenue, or you will do more of the low ticket where you can leverage your time.
And sorry, just the starting point, was it $9 a month or what, 19? What do you think?
Look, I don't generally have too much input into what price it is, because that is very much an energetic thing of what you feel is right. I know you've been a part of Evelyn's, and that's where she started. I say start at whatever price you could easily fill the community with, and then increase it. You know, once you get a number of people in there and it's working and you're converting people into working with you one-on-one, and that machine is working, then put your price up. It locks the people that have come in at the lower price. So it works in two ways. But yeah, it's kind of, it's wherever you can comfortably sell at. Happy to open mic and you can share what else you're doing. I know Joanne's just launched one. What's your price, Joanne?
I made it $97 a month US. And but I asked a bunch of people first. So I reached out directly on Facebook Messenger to the members of my Facebook group, and I've probably sent 50 personal invites, and I've probably got about at least 6 people going, yeah, I'll be in that. I'll pay that. So, and I decided US because I can, and because I have an international audience. So it just made sense for me.
Perfect.
And I think, Karen, yours is 99, your entry point, isn't it? You're on mute.
Yeah, I've got a free community as well, and then the $99 is the entry point. And then in my free community, I've actually put the courses and things that are in my $99 one as paid. So you can buy just the module on hydration, for example, not hydration, like the lifestyle transformation course, which is for free in the paid group. You can buy that for $99 in the free group. So there's a couple of options. If you don't want to go up to $99 a month, you can just buy one-off stuff.
Yeah, so just to clarify that, Catherine, within the communities that you can build, you can, in a free community, you can have courses that you can purchase.
Yeah.
So you might say you can enter the community for free, and then you can pay for these mini courses within there, and you pay as you unlock. That's another way to do it. There's lots of different ways. Mari, do you want to explain yours? No, she's like, okay. I didn't hear that. We're just talking about offerings.
Oh God, I don't even know where to start. I
We
feel
have
like I'm letting the side down in my membership right now, my free community per se, because I feel like I'm still stuck between two. But I have a paid community where people are coming in to do my course, and they pay a monthly fee to do that. And then after that, if they want to work further, they can continue to pay and get other things unlocked as such. And then I have a free group online as well, which I actually don't give much attention to right now because, yeah, I can't do everything. So I feel like I'm letting the side down on that side. So maybe don't talk to me about the free
Well,
community.
you
'Cause
do have two levels, as in from memory. So Mari has a 99 and a 199. So you can work with Mari for an hour a month. So you get the course and an hour a month. Is that correct? Am I going off my memory?
Kind of,
You've
yes.
got 99 and 199,
You
yeah?
can either do the course all by itself. It's an online course. It could technically be evergreen, apart from I can do one coaching call with you. And then if you want the coaching, you come in and get the coaching package, which is actually 6 calls over the course of 6 weeks to go through each of the modules. So we're actually, and that's different to when Karen joined my course. So I've added the coaching in. But within those 6 calls, you also stay in the membership. If you stay within the membership, once you're finished the course content as such, then you get the monthly calls and any other trainings and things I add in. So yeah, there's 2 price points. You can just do the course. Here's the online content. But if you want some more help, here it is. And if you want ongoing help, and I can teach you how to integrate that into your business, then you stay in the community and you get X, Y, and Z for staying in once you've finished the course content.
Yeah. And you also get support to, I feel like that may have changed, but you get support to run workshops. So
Oh
like
yeah,
lead
yeah.
generation.
But that's an ongoing. Let's get the course content done. Let me coach you through that, and then that second piece is almost, if you want to stay in my community, it makes sense to stay because I can help you actually integrate the knowledge that you've just learned from the course into your business, and I can show you how to run, scale it and leverage it and grow it in a way that creates you more money and income. And that's exactly where I sent that message to you, Karen. It's like, let's do a workshop. Because I feel that it's a great way to, put some money in the bank and grow your awareness and grow other people's awareness of what you're doing. And that's so me. It's like, just do a thing. I take action. Let's just get a workshop underway and let's just roll with that. And then we'll tweak and change it as we need to once we've done one, knowing what it is your clients actually need from you and what do they want more of. Because that will give you such a good insight. I'm very much, I love in person. And I know that's not leverageable to some degree, but I'm okay with that because I love the in-person thing. So they have an
Like it still is leverageable because I'm in person too. I mean, it's online, but it's still in person. Like it's not as scalable. I'm not someone that will stand here and go make every element of your business leverageable, but just have a portion of income that is scalable, because otherwise you just cap your income, which some people are okay with that too. Like, I mean, the beauty of owning our own businesses, we get to choose our own adventure. We get to choose the way in which we operate. And if you're not near your cap of earning, you're probably not too worried about leveraging. Like that's ultimately, it's when we get to that threshold where we can't take on any more, but we've got leads that are wanting our help, is we kind of need to be smart in the way in which we put that content out there, because you do get to a tipping point where keeping you awake, Karen. We do get to a tipping point where we have a big message, we've done marketing, we've got leads coming to us because of referrals, and then it's like, well, I need to be able to support that. I need to be able to hold that space for those people to learn from me, but not having to show up as much as we do when it's one-on-one. And I think it's exactly a portion of that, like, even just 20-30% of our business is leveraged, then, that's a great thing. If you've got some products, if you've got some offerings where people can self-service and you can leverage income off a digital product, off a tangible product. I love it when it's a tangible product that someone else has to pick, pack, and distribute. That's awesome. The tangible products that are on the shelf behind Catherine make me have conniptions, because I used to have an online business as well. So I think that kind of leveraged point is, it's not to be leveraged on every facet of who we are, because connection is fulfilling. Like, this for me is not hard work. Like, this is so fulfilling to help women navigate this tech stuff. Like, if I didn't have this one-on-one or one-to-many or connection with my audience, I would be so unfulfilled in what I did. But I think that I also would be very frustrated if I didn't have an income that came in, that I was building, that was a leveraged piece of my offering.
Yep.
And I think every single one of us works one-on-one beautifully with people, and it's fulfilling. Like, it's not a drag. That's why we're doing what we do. If it was a drag, I'd say you probably need to look at a different industry rather than a service-based health and wellness and, you know, business support. It's just making it sustainable and streamlined so that people can give us money easily. People can, you know, receive our resources easily, can learn from us easily, can binge watch us when we're asleep and doing something else, and learn about us easily, to then potentially want to work with us one-on-one. Joanne, I love how polite you are with putting your hand up.
But I think Catherine had a question first. No, I just saw it on the chat. Oh, one thing that I will say is when you're creating your online courses, I got some feedback a while ago from my online courses. Is I have 2 mobile phones, and I film myself in a recording studio, and people have said to me, it feels like I'm talking to you directly. So I think it's thinking about how you do your videos, because what's a little bit, and I find a little bit frustrating when you've got a high ticket offer and all you're getting in your video content that you're absorbing is a recorded webinar. So I guess the point of it is.
How do you mean? So what, sorry, can you clarify what you mean by people feel like you're talking to them?
So I hired a recording studio, which on the Gold Coast, which cost me like $125 for 2 hours. It was an incredible recording studio. I set up 2 tripods, and I delivered my content just talking directly to screen. I didn't use slides, nothing. And they're all 2-minute, 3-minute, 5-minute videos. And so people have said to me, it feels like you're talking directly to me. So, because online learning's hard. I've done this for 30 years. And so you've got to find a way that it's as though you are talking directly to the person. And so I've got masterclasses that are recorded webinars in my platform, and I'm okay with that, but it's not my core video delivery mechanism. You could use your computer, but just put some thought into the videos that you're doing, that it is as though, oh my God, Catherine's talking just to me. I can feel it. So you can do
I have to
that
say,
online.
there's a big piece of that, Joanne, that is knowing your audience.
Yeah.
If you know who your target audience is, like if you're talking to that person, like you intimately know them, because your target audience is quite a honed in
Absolutely.
audience, they will feel that you know who you're talking to, and it will resonate with a lot of people. But those lot of people are like Mari's menopause. Like, she's talking to that woman that is having that problem.
Yes.
And feel heard when they're talking about that. So I think it's look, I've been a part of very low production courses, but they've been very, very specific in delivering a solution to my need.
Yeah,
if that resonates and that solves a problem that I am presenting with, and I get that problem solved, I love that person, and I will watch every single one of their videos because it's getting me an outcome that I want. And so I think whenever we're creating courses or anything, it's to get somebody from A to B and have a transformation, so that if you can think of anything that you do in clinic or one-on-one with people, that is like, okay, print out, you know, this piece of paper here, and we're going to work through this together, and I want you to write down, you know, like you're engaging those people in that learning. You're getting those people to do the exercise that's going to give them that aha moment and go, that's what it is. That's why I'm in resistance to getting these things organized or,
Yep.
doing the thing is, it's that, so yeah, I think there's so many facets to it. I think if you are in clinic and you're working with people one-on-one, like hone into that
Yeah.
and
How do you
act
speak?
you
Yeah.
have that person in front of you and you're taking them on that journey, because if you can tap into knowing what they need by being very connected to your audience, and usually when you're in the service-based, you are seeing clients one-on-one, or you're doing something like this in a forum where you have your audience together, you're not guessing what your content is. You're providing a solution to the problems that are being presented.
And I guess I don't
So-
want to say you need to go and buy a whole bunch of stuff, but it's your mobile phone, it's a tripod or sitting on your computer. But I just genuinely believe quality video content to engage your content is just think about what you're using. And phones do a stellar job now. Like I was talking to someone the other day and they're going to go and hire a videographer. And I went, really? Mobile phones are awesome video recorders today. And you can get these little microphony things that cost like $10. Stick on your microphone, stick on your lapel. Gone to the days it cost you thousands. But for me, it's just a little bit of care in what you're doing so that it's good quality and it doesn't take a lot of extra effort.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to do videos for days, and I've got the videos and I'm seriously wanting to throw the whole thing. I've done them on my phone. They're beautiful. I've done them on my camera, on the computer. I cannot get them. Like I sent one to you, Rochelle. I don't know how you got it, but I haven't been able to replicate that. And every time I try and drag it into the Google Drive, like I can make the videos. The problem is the IT of it. Can't get them out of my computer.
Do what you did to me to
It's
your
not
VA.
working now. It's not working now today. Whatever I did yesterday is not working today. It keeps saying can't find the location. It's not there. And then I go in and I'm like, yep, that is the file drive. That's where I'm taking it from. Not there.
Have you restarted your computer? Sometimes it's the simplest
Oh,
thing.
I did overnight. Maybe I need
Shut
to do it
down,
after this
turn it
meeting.
back
What are
on.
you
And
recording
your
on?
phone.
What are you recording
At the
on?
moment, the ones I'm using and the one I used with Rochelle yesterday is the camera of my computer. So it's just exactly like what I've got now.
So you recording it into Zoom or some?
It's saving into my C drive on my computer. And like I've got the whole file there, but it's basically in my photos folder.
But
But
then I
then
would
when
just
I
stick
go
it
to
on,
move it-
maybe put it on Zoom, because then you can copy the link and put it in YouTube or
Yeah.
into Canva and add your
I
logo
tried Zoom.
and
I
then
tried Zoom.
collect a link and then you can share
Yeah.
that.
It
So,
sounds easy.
yeah, this is the way that I do it.
But
And
it's got
and
a
I'll
solution.
send you, Catherine. So I do it in Zoom. I just go in by myself and I'm having a meeting with nobody, hit
Yeah,
record,
same.
and I do them in snippets. So I actually press stop and then I press
Snippets.
record again. I don't pause, I stop. And so they actually are in small edits. And then my VA, I just send her my the email that I get that has the link to it. I send that to her and I say, can you download these, put them in my Google Drive? She does it for
I
me.
never
Can
thought
you
about
take your name
stopping.
out? Can you take your name out in Zoom?
Yeah, you can turn your name off.
Okay. You're right, because that was the one I sent the other day was in Zoom, but yesterday's one wasn't, or whatever I
Oh,
sent to you.
Catherine.
Sorry, I
Go
was just going to ask you because I had trouble with that as well, Karen, and I sort of think I've got it. But I'm going to ask you, Rochelle, how long are your snippets on Zoom? In 2 minutes or less?
It just depends on, like, my intros I try and keep under 2 minutes. And to the point, I'm a bit of a wafter, so I don't work off a script, and I feel like that's what works for me. If I have to write the script, I'll never get it done. So you've got to kind of just go with your gut of what works. But if I'm doing a tutorial, they'll be up to 10 minutes.
Yeah, because I thoroughly agree with what Karen was saying. I nearly did my head in, but I ended up asking a young person that works here at the gym, and they told me to use what's it called? Caption Cut or something. It's a
CapCut?
thing. It's on, yeah, it's an actual
Yeah.
app.
I
So
use
you
that as well.
you put the thing into that, and then you can condense the file size, because I found it was to do with the file size sometimes as well. So
Oh
there
yeah.
is a bit of science behind it, and it is tedious, and I nearly threw my computer, my phone, everything in the tip. So you just got to persevere, but I think part of it is the file size. That was what it was for me. So once I went online and went, how do I reduce my file size? Then I found it was doable. But it's also, yeah, there's a few. I did it a while ago, but I ended up mastering it. So I'll have to, because I'm going to have to bring them all into this whole new thingo system. And the last week when I went to do it, Rochelle, I was like, oh fudge, here we go. Now I'm going to go through this bloody stuff again. So even if you want to message me, Karen, I don't mind. You and I can somehow brainstorm if we need to, or if anyone else has any intelligence behind it, because I know it is tricky.
Yeah, well, Zoom definitely compresses the file. So if you're going to be doing this on an ongoing basis, running a group
Zoom.
call for your communities, you want to be able to know how to record on Zoom, know how to stop, and then the file is pretty much, I don't edit them. It is raw as raw.
Mm.
And if you want to watch
Well,
it,
sometimes, yeah, that's exactly right. So, and I use that video cut one. So I'll often have an hour. My monthly call, for example, will probably run for an hour. So I will record the entire hour on Zoom, and then I'll put the whole Zoom thing into this video cut thing, and it chops it down and it gives you a transcript. And then I just extract. You can choose which bit of your video that you want to extract as a snippet or a clip, which then you can share on socials or YouTube or share with someone else. So let's say, Karen, we had a monthly call, and you only needed the 10 minutes I was talking to you. I can upload the whole Zoom, chop out the bit that's just me and you talking, and send it to you.
Okay.
It's called Caption Cut.
CapCut.
yeah, cut.
And it's easy enough to use. Like you literally just drag your thing into it, but it's tedious initially.
I don't need any more tediousness.
Yes, you do. Just embrace the excitement
Yes,
of it
you
all.
do.
Embrace the
Oh, look at
excitement.
you
Come
go.
on, Karen. You're not giving up on the videos.
I did the video I sent to you. So Catherine, you could be right. Was only like a minute or two, whereas the others are all 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I found it was
does-
the link.
Yeah.
20 minutes will be challenging on every medium. I would say if you can go under 5, that would be awesome. If you can go under 10, even better. 20 minutes, I think, like these calls, they take so long to upload when they're an hour long.
Maybe I'll put it into CapCut now, and it might give me.
Well, I think that the challenge that you have with an hour call is then you've got to go and, edit it if you want to put it into smaller chunks. I mean, I'm a Joe Rogan listener, and I'll listen to a 3-hour podcast because I feel like people just get into the flow when they're able to just chat freely. So there is some upside to having those conversations. If people are invested, they will spend the time in learning from those conversations. But I think when you're teaching somebody, you want to kind of think about what outcomes you want to take people from and take them on a journey. Same as your customer journey is think about what is the outcome, what is the thing that I want them to walk away from, and what are the pieces that I need to teach them on for them to have a full understanding and get to this outcome. The other piece that I'm going to say, which I went to say before and I got sidetracked, people don't do stuff just for the sake of, oh, I'm going to go in here and do this online course, right? So when I speak to people, if they're looking at setting up their community, I will say, like Catherine, I will say, go and do the lead to sale course, because going through that whole course will help you to understand what your community is going to be about, what's going to be in there, what sort of key things are you going to set up for discussion points. And at the end of that course, you should have a really good understanding around what your community will be about, pricing and everything. And so when you have mini courses, the way in which people love is direction. They want you, and I think I said this to you, Karen, the other day, like, when I go to my naturopath, I want her to tell me what to do. That's what I'm paying her for. Like, I want you to tell me this is the way you need to do things if you want this outcome. And I think that's why we go to authorities on a piece. If we go to someone for business advice, we should be taking that person's business advice. If we're not, then I would question who you have for that, because yes, there is lots of different ways to do something, and I often will give a loose response in that, like, what price do I put on my community? There's no cut and dry answer, but the price that you choose, you have to resonate with. You have to be able to confidently sell. And if that starts low and creeps up as you build your own confidence and competence in what you're doing, then that's what you need to do. But people will come to you because you are the expert, and you need to step into being a leader and showing them the way. You can show them your way, which may not be the way that they choose to do it, but if you lead by example, you lead with your way, they can then use that to at least, take steps on their path. Yeah, so I think all of you need to get in the driver's seat and help your people to make the decisions. Like what Mari just did earlier, Karen, we need to do a workshop. That's directive, because she knows that if Karen does a workshop, that's going to get her the outcome that is more clients under that menopause banner. And so it is in both persons' best interests, not just Karen's, to do that workshop, because Karen will have a better experience of having done Mari's course because she gets results from what she's implemented from the course as well. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. And they're fun.
I know.
Yeah, and I think like to me it
brings some fun into business.
Yeah, like it is. I think it is fun, and I think when you can lean on somebody that's done it before you, it's not, you're not running a workshop by yourself. Then you really, you can lean on somebody. You can be the student and make some mistakes and hold somebody's hand until you kind of master that. And I can guarantee, especially Karen, like you will potentially do a workshop on that and then get lessons where you run workshops on other things too that drive traffic into your community and that you can then convert into paying clients. I love watching your facial expressions. You can't hide anything. You're like,
talking about Mari or me?
You.
And that's why I asked Rochelle to come and do a thing in my retreat, because it's fun to work with people and have other experts coming in.
Am I going to be there in that bit? I'm only going to one day of your retreat.
I know. And that's why I had to take a big piece of courage. Because I haven't been able to articulate it particularly well. I had to take a change of direction with my retreat. So that took a little bit of mental. It took me some time to pivot and go, okay, fuck it. I'm not doing what I should be doing, and now I need to pull the pin on this one and then go 100% in this one. So that again, it's kind of a change of direction. So by inviting, what I realized I needed to do was speak to the right people and have them on the course. And everybody wants education for the weekend. So I've now had to change it. And then I was just like, you know what do people get stuck on? Business, tech. And I was like, Rochelle, you're my expert, come. And she's kindly agreed to come. But it makes so much more sense for the direction. But also, like you said, Rochelle, is working with others. It makes it more fun, but yeah, I don't know. It's so much an easier path for me to take to work with someone who knows what she's doing. Like I don't have to coach Rochelle on anything about how to run her session because she's done it before. And, you know, for me to help you, Karen, I've done many workshops. So you can lean on me in terms of the running of the workshop, but I don't doubt that your content that you can deliver within it, that is so you. And I'm not here to change that piece. I'm here to support and encourage you to get you to the point where you could run whatever the heck workshop you want. And have it fun and engaging, and yeah.
I think the other element that is really valuable, and I think all of you can kind of take this as you will, what Mari has created systems wise to run a workshop is also epic in the sense of she has the booking page, she has the email nurture sequence, she has the follow-up, she has all the bits and pieces that automate running a workshop for lead generation and into a paying client, which I think is where people that do your course, that is the next progression, that is the next step. And if they don't have a database, you also have that as a solution. But I think it's providing your clients with the tools and the systems to do that easily as well. It like such a small part to actually show up and do the presentation, whereas there's a big purpose behind running a workshop.
And that's not, I haven't quite built it out yet. So although you say I have all the automations,
well, you
not
do.
quite on paper yet, but that's what I'm
And we
getting
just
to.
like Kim has it all. Like, so it's
Yeah,
not
true.
like you don't have to have it that it's cut and dry, you know, copy and paste into your account. I think people still want to customize it. And so, you know, Kim came on board and she just copied and pasted what you had and made it her own. So
Yeah.
I think that's where it's just like you're not having to start from a clean slate of having to put systems in for that component, which I think is workshops or webinars are a massive lead generation opportunity for us.
Can I ask a very quick question before I know we have to go?
Yeah.
Sorry I just wanted to throw this out there. Does anyone know who I can talk to about IP? Like protecting my IP, because I need to trademark
No.
and I get some of my stuff because now I'm leveraging, I've got a contract which people have to sign now to deliver my workshop. But I was at a conference at the last week in Sydney, and they're like, you at least want to trademark your name, your business name, so that nobody else can use it, but you will need to protect your IP. And I'm like, oh, I don't know where to start. Does anybody have any?
You need to go at least check IP Australia trademark search.
Yeah.
Go there first. Have you done that?
Yes.
Okay. And then
I just need some advice as well as to
yeah, there's
how do I-
trademark and IP lawyers. So just go ask if you've got a lawyer, ask them if they know one.
I
will
don't
tell
have
you
one
they're pretty
particularly for
expensive.
anything other than our property, so I need to
Yeah,
find
they
someone.
might not be them, but they might know somebody. I used one
Okay.
years ago. They're not cheap, but I will say to you, do protect it, because I got hit with a trademark issue. I created a company that I didn't check, and it was a company, an international company that had my exact name, that did exactly what I did, but
Oh.
internally. And I got a letter to say, stop now, and you've got 6 days to change it. I went back and said, give me 60 days. And I had to completely rebrand my company. So it is worth it, guarantee you. It is worth it, but you can spend a bunch of money on it. Sadly, it's not cheap.
I'm like, I'm not the right person. I've never
Okay.
trademarked anything. I have like a very loose mindset around. I just go, we're just not, yeah. I've never been playing at a level that.
And the only reason they found out was because I went to register my trademark, and I got caught. So trying to do the best thing, and it popped up. So have a look to see who else has got the similar name to you. For me, nobody has. So I went, actually, I'm not going to bother to register it. I'm prepared to take that risk.
I mean, I'm prepared to take it on my own behalf, but I am at the stage where I have someone in the UK who wants to deliver my content.
Yeah.
it's my content. And she's happy for, she knows, and she's like, how do we protect this? Because I'm happy to deliver your content, but I don't want to be stung with anybody who steals your content from what I've taught in the UK. So she's like, you need to have something so that I feel secure that I know that I'm delivering your content, but whoever I'm teaching also knows that it's my content. So that's where I'm like, okay.
Does IPS, I was just on there, does it have?
Anyway, I can look, that's probably not for this call, but I just wondered if anybody had anyone.
Have a look on trademark search. They might have some solicitors that they recommend. and
Okay,
have a
thank
phone
you.
call for free, just
Yeah.
to get a sense of what you've got to do and find out what it costs you. But it wasn't cheap. I think for when I did it was about 25 grand per company. It was
Oh,
really
far out.
crazy. And that was-
25 grand
it was a long time ago.
to trademark your name.
Mhm.
Flip's sake. Okay, I'm not doing that
That's
anytime.
that's the name, the word, the icon, the whole shebang. But and you just make that determination: is it worth the risk, or what can I do to protect what I'm doing in the UK? What
Mhm.
small thing can I do so you're not paying that stupid amount of money?
Yeah, that seems a bit silly.
I just had a thought. You know how like we've got the small business government people that you can register and have a chat with them?
Oh,
Maybe do that through MyGov. One of the guys here does that. He gets counsel, and you can definitely get advice, free advice.
yeah.
From MyGov? Is it in MyGov?
I think it's through MyGov. You register for a free small business. I'm not sure, one of those government entities, but I'm pretty sure it's MyGov. You register and you can have a chat with somebody, so they would be able to direct you through the maze of stuff. Maybe that could be a starting point.
And the
I'm
other
going to do it because now that you've asked that, I was having memories of I did look into this a while ago myself, because with my gut program I will eventually trademark it. So it is a thing. It's worth finding out. I agree with you, Joanne, because it could potentially cost you thousands or make you thousands.
Yeah, it cost me hundreds of thousands. But the alternative is Small Business Association of Australia. You can join for $97 and they give you free legal advice.
Well, there we go.
Oh, let me write
So
that
I
down.
can send you the link to the SBAA. I'm a partner for them.
Oh, fab.
And you just join for $97. They also keep you abreast of all the compliance stuff that's going on in business countrywide.
That
So-
would be great.
And you can call them and get some free legal advice and governance, a whole bunch of stuff.
How do we connect off this call now that everyone's sending each other stuff, Rochelle?
In the community, Joe,
Mhm.
do you want to just post that in the Online Wise community?
I will.
And then
Thank you.
Because that would be helpful.
And your question, Karen, was the lead to paid course. I can't hear you.
Is that in the community?
It's in the Our Lotter Academy. Yeah.
It's so funny that you asked that question, Catherine, because I keep thinking the same thing. Because in Mari's group, there's WhatsApp chat, and we just go in and we all chat and whatever. And so many times, Rochelle, I'm like, where do I go to ask in the community? And I don't, because when I go into that a lot of stuff, it just seems like education. It doesn't seem like a chit chat group.
Oh, look, and it doesn't, I don't think I've really encouraged it either. Like I've not really, I don't drive it myself. I post the calls, like the recordings of the calls, but it's probably my drive to run it as a
Thanks
community.
for asking the question, Catherine.
No, it's good because I also don't use it much because I have to log out of my own community, like have to log out.
Yeah.
A great
And I can never
upside-
remember my, yeah.
A great upside to that, Mari, is if you use the Colab.
Yeah.
Go Colab.
Yeah.
You can just toggle on the side to
Well,
all
you'd
your
think
community.
so, but I can't because I'm logged in as the creator of my own communities.
On
and
your
I-
app, but on
I
your
think she's
computer.
right.
it doesn't show me on the app.
No, on your computer.
Oh,
Go to gocolab.com
oh, I see. Sorry.
and then you should be able to navigate to all the communities. So if you're a part of everybody's community, then you can navigate through multiple communities on
Oh, I
there.
never thought about doing it up there.
You can't do it on the app. I agree.
Yeah,
You've
that's
got to
right.
log in, and it is a pain, and I'm sorry, but there's no workaround for that yet. I'm hoping that the Go Colab app has a workaround to navigate through multiple communities, because I'm a part of lots of communities, so it is good to pop in and out. But
Mm.
Oh yeah, it's doing it. It's doing it.
Is it? Hang on.
Doing it.
Where am
It
I?
Yeah,
doesn't do it on the app on the phone, but
Linked on your email address. So as long as you've signed up to each of the communities with the same email address, you're right.
it's doing it.
Hang on. So where do I find your? I should know this.
Just gocolab.com and
Yeah.
then sign in under Marriott Mind Body Bones or whatever you sign in.
I did,
as.
and it says come up to the discovery.
And then up the top, where did I put it? Where did I put it?
Should be a little
Hide
home
behind you.
button.
The little arrows that go up and down next to
Uh,
the Go Collab word on the right.
there it is.
So does GoColab have a desktop version, does it?
Well, it's just a browser. Yeah.
No, because it wants me to download an app for my iPad or my phone, but not that.
Yeah, it's not an app,
So-
it's just in the browser.
Oh, thank Joanne, you've already put that in there. Small Business Association. I love you. You're all over it.
Excuse me, so
Well,
I'm
I
not,
do
is
it
it
now,
no
I won't at
letter?
all.
I'll go collab is where I'm going.
Yeah.
So Go Colab, if you
Okay.
go, it'll go to gocolab.com/discovery.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you log in using
It'll be there. Okay.
the correct email address.
Uh-huh.
And is the email address what we use for our Lotta?
It's the email address that you use for your admin on your communities. So this gives me all of the communities that I'm a
I'd
part
really
of.
like to leave some communities, but I don't know how to do that.
No, and you can't. They have to
kick
remove
you out,
you.
do they?
Oh, you have
Ah.
to be removed.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how I'm going to ask because they're in they're Arab language and mine.
Oh, flip.
English.
How did you end up in there?
I
I did-
accidentally did something.
Clearly.
But now I
You're
can't
in
get
an
out.
Arab,
And I don't,
Arab community on Go Collab. That's interesting.
it's an SAS Arabic free community, but everything's written in Arabic, so I can't read it.
Software
Yeah,
as a
it's
service,
very
not
tricky.
not
Oh,
SAS.
I love it.
SAS.
How funny
Sorry, that's
is
funny.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so they need
so you-
an exit. But I tell you what, let's give them a win. My little Samsung, the app works.
Uh-huh.
Yay!
Finally. It took months. It wasn't working on Samsung. And everyone else with Samsung was having the same trouble. So it wasn't my
wasn't just
IT.
yours.
Yeah.
So I just tried to log in using my Our Lotta login, which is my membership, and that didn't work. So do I need to create a user for GoColab?
Yes. So if you haven't created a username, if you
Uh-huh.
don't log in on the app, then yes, you would need to set yourself up and use the same email address as you are as an admin on your community. And then when you log in, you should see all of your communities. And then you can just navigate between them.
You can't even privately message in the community. I don't think.
Yeah.
Privately message.
Yeah, so you said that they have to remove me from the community. So one would think I could, like, it's a private community. I don't know how I got in, but how do I ask them without putting it on
Maybe
their whole notice
Maybe
board?
they don't speak English and they just thought you'd be a good one. And
You can't actually
That
exit
blonde
yourself.
girl,
Seems
that blonde
weird.
one, trying to get in.
Oh, there's mine.
Yeah, you're in there.
Yeah, you should be able to. So if you've got somebody in your community that you don't want to be in there, you can just
Yeah.
come into the three dots and remove them from the group.
Yeah, I've had to do that. Well, not for this community, for my free one. I took my free one off that discovery because I was getting Joe Blog randoms all over the place joining my community. And I was like, I'm not having it. I'm having none of this.
I'm having none. Yeah, and so say for example with this, I can message you directly, I believe.
Ah,
Oh, can you? Where are you doing that?
I'm just
Okay,
looking
okay.
where I can
Oh.
do.
oh, but this is from an admin side.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
Oh, I'm just putting a whole post in now. Please remove me from this group.
Sorry, I have to go, but thank you so much,
Yeah.
everybody.
Nice to
Sorry,
see.
we
See you next week. Bye.
yeah.
See
ya.
you.
Bye.
Nice to meet you.
And the really cool thing on this collab app is that contract that I made up Rochelle, is in here.
Oh. look
Well,
at
I sent
that.
it to myself to test it.
So
So-
I'm not in your group in here though.
I'm going to
should be-
stop recording.